In the office, baby. Going up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about what is next. Okay, the Cowboys just announced, and Mike McCarthy just had his press conference here recently, that he will be back for his 5th season as Cowboys coach. Okay, serious? Cat mode, right? We're in it. I wish we could say we're in it to win it like I do, but we've been eliminated. So here we are in January. It's early in the offseason mode for the Cowboys. Jerry Jones came out here and pretty much put out, that Mike McCarthy would be back. Mike McCarthy just had his press conference, okay? So we're going to run it back, all right? Yeah. I was a proponent of not running this shit back, okay? But, I also gave you, and Mike and I did this as well last night on the Frisco report. What does running it back look like? Okay, so I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper into this. As far as like, okay, if you're gonna bring back Mike McCarthy, there's gotta be changes. Even McCarthy in his press conference said there's gonna be changes, coach-wise and hopefully player-wise, at the key positions. You little twats. Okay. So what needs to happen, man? What assistants would I move on from? We're gonna get right into it, man. All right. You can run back with Mike McCarthy, but you gotta improve in areas that were not performing at optimal levels. In my opinion, you left the door open in a lot of games. Some games were too close. You couldn't keep the metal. You couldn't keep your pedal to the metal. You beat sucky teams, had a hard time with good teams, couldn't win on the road. This kind of shit. Coaches, players, it's a mix. It's a mix of you need to keep churning this shit, man. You got to keep getting better though. Okay, so let's start with the offensive side of the ball. All right, Mike McCarthy's your play caller. I'm fine keeping that there. Brian Schottenheimer, he kind of has that de facto job title there, but we know it's Mike McCarthy calling the plays. And I think that's fine. I think he did a better job than Kellen Moore. Okay, considering. Okay, so whether it's Dak Prescott, which probably will be, unfortunately, he'll probably have another good season. All right, but when it gets to the playoffs, that's another whole damn story. But right now we're talking about assistants we'd move on from. So keep McCarthy in place as a play caller with Schottenheimer in there, but you got to get better at the running back position. I didn't see much improvement anywhere along the board. I think there's an issue there with your running back coach, your run game coordinator, Jeff Blasco, your running back coach, in concert with Mike Solari. Okay, Jeff Blasco, he's got to go. You know what I mean? Cowboys took a couple of steps back when they moved on from Gary Brown, and it's never been the same. All right, so you got to go back, get you a guy who has actually played at a high level there. All right. Last night we threw around the name. Actually, Mike threw around the name of DeMarco Murray via another fan who actually recommended that, brought that name up in our chat, and Mike elaborated on that. And all signs show that DeMarco Murray is a very good, thorough running back coach. Okay, so would he get his chance at the NFL level? I think it's worth a look. And he's played at this level. And that's what I want That's what I want for this team, man. We need somebody that has played this at a high level. That's why I like Gary Brown. Gary Brown and Emmitt Smith back in the 90s, they went back and forth, had really good careers with their teams. Gary Brown later became running back coach here with Zeke and Pollard and really got the most out of these guys. Blasco, I didn't see improvement from anybody, bro. Nobody. So if you're going to bring in some new running backs in here, I don't want him to be the guy here, bro. He's out of here. Mike Solari, offensive line coach, I said it at the bye week. We needed to move on. Oh, no, they kept it. They kept it. They kept him here, and the offensive line was shitty, bro. They were shitty, man. So I think that the game has passed him. He's a Tom Landry era type of offensive lineman coach. Too old, man. I think a little bit out of touch, dude. So I like Colombo. He's just a name that I threw out there because Colombo really got the best out of these guys. Hard-nosed coach. Got these guys to play at a mauling type of level when Colombo was here. But if not Colombo, somebody else, man. Somebody of that ilk, somebody that has that in the back. You know, I've always mentioned Mike Munchak before. I would love to have him in here. He would fit here good in this scheme here with the West Coast. So Mike Munchak would be a name I would consider. Your offensive assistant, Ramon Ching Young, or whatever his last name is. I want the offensive line coaches revamped here. Okay. Tolzien, I think he did a good job there with Dak, you know, in the regular season. And, you know, we'll see what Trey Lance is able to give us. You know, Trey Lance has been working hard off the field, kind of similar as to when Romo was working out off the field, throwing 5,000 passes in the offseason. Trey Lance has been putting in the work here. I want to see what he can do for us. So I think Tolzien is safe here. Prince London Wells has done a fantastic job with Jake Ferguson. So London Wells, you're safe. You may get a promotion somewhere, man. And tight end to assistant trainer, he's safe. So the three guys out of here: Jeff Blasco, the running back coach, offensive line, Solari, and your assistant offensive line coach out of here. Okay. So bring in some new blood. All right. Defensive side of the ball. Let's take a look at these guys. Okay. So Dan Quinn, we may run it back, and that includes this guy. This guy, I don't trust him. I think his time has run out here. And don't give me the fucking stats, okay? I don't want to hear stats for anybody the rest of the time here. You know, people put these memes, these fucking pictures, stats, and bullshit. Show me wins, championships, conference championship appearances, and that kind of shit. Dan Quinn, he's been riding the coattails of that Seattle championship, dude. After that, hadn't done jack shit, bro. Hasn't elevated players, drafted a bunch of busted defensive line players when he was in Atlanta. They had the meltdown there in Atlanta. 28-3 meltdown defensively. And in here, too many times that he just let the opposing offense march down the field, score. Opening drive, score. Close games. Couldn't nail it down, man. Couldn't nail it down. So you're not getting the most out of your players, okay? So I think he's probably too buddy, too much of a player's coach. You know, like I said before, the player's coach type of guys, your Wade Phillips of the world, your Dan Quinns of the world, you know, these kinds of guys, they like playing for them because they're not hard on the players, man. You know, you got to toughen this team up, man. You need a Vrabel in here, a Mike Munchak on the offensive line. Defensive line, you need to get somebody like a Jim Washburn back in the day for the Titans and Eagles. That guy was a hell of a defensive line coach. Okay, so Dan Quinn, please get hired somewhere the hell else and get the fuck out of here, okay? Joe Wood, I think, has done a good job here. Al Harris, I love what he's been doing. I would love to see him get promoted, actually, to DC, the defensive coordinator, okay? Defensive backs coach, Cannon Matthews, I think he's safe there. Him and Al Harris getting it done. Aiden Durden, the Englishman, they probably like him, bro. And we've seen behind the scenes, you know, on Prime Video and this kind of shit. I just don't think he's getting the most out of these guys. He's not, man. You get guys too much hot and cold. Too much hot and cold across the board. One game, it's Dorrance Armstrong. Then he's gone for 5 or 6 games, dude. Nothing on the stat sheets. Micah Parsons sometimes dominates a game, then sometimes barely makes a stat sheet, bro. Okay. Sharif Floyd, you know, it'll be interesting here, man. I think if Quinn is out of here, I would not mind Mike Zimmer in here. And if you have Zimmer, well, there's your connection with Sharif Floyd. He knows what Mike Zimmer wants out of his defensive lineman. He played under him, okay? Drafted him. So Sharif Floyd, I think he's kind of, you know, finding his way as well here. But, man, we do need to get better there at the defensive tackle position. You know, and I think that's why Aiden Durden needs to go, man. I don't think they're getting the most out of any of these guys across the board. Of course, your linebacker coach, Scott McCurley, that ain't it, bro. It ain't it. Look. Get Sean Lee in here. Yeah, that would be my dream scenario. Go ahead and bring them back. Get them out of California. Bring them back over here. Let's coach these guys up. You know how to study. You know how to teach. Student of the game. Well prepared. Nobody was more well prepared at the linebacker position that I can remember as covering these guys as Sean Lee. You bring that ethic, teach it to these young guys, and you will have a well prepared, oiled machine there at the linebacker position. Because right now, they ain't getting it done, bro. All right. Damone Clark, we thought there was gonna be an up in his game this year, a progression. Didn't see it. Okay. The other guys, I mean, Leighton Vander Esch, I think he played at a high level, but injuries have robbed him of his career. He may even end up having to retire, and if he even comes back, you know, it's you really can't count on him. He's just too banged up, man. I love LVE the Wolf Hunter, but I think it's time to hang him up, man. That being said, Overshown, you know, you can coach this guy up. I think you need some better guys in here, and you need to draft a young linebacker. So get somebody in here that can mentor these guys, teach them the right way to study film, and to play fast. If you know what you're doing on the field, if you study, you play faster. Parcells has always said that. That's something I always remember from him. If you study, you play faster. Okay, because you know you're confident in where you're supposed to be, what your job assignments are supposed to be, and I don't think they're getting that out of McCarthy. The other guys, I think they're safe here, but the three guys here that I think need to be overhauled: your DC Quinn out of here, your defensive line coach out of here, Scott McCarthy, your linebacker coach out of here. Guys, let me know what you guys think about the coaches here that need to be revamped. You know, they're gonna run it back with Mike McCarthy, obviously. I do believe that he will get us into the tournament. It's about having the right guys now to take that next leap, man. And I don't want to get eliminated in the divisional round. I don't want to get eliminated in the NFC Championship round. But when we're talking about the coaches running it back, these are the changes I want to make. Okay, we'll talk about Dak and some of these other players in another video. But for the coaches, these are the guys that got to pack their bags. Let me know what your thoughts are. Drop some names in here of who you would like to see in here to take some of these guys' places. Let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you guys.